Have you ever thought about how your eating habits could affect your overall well-being? It's a question that many of us often overlook in our daily lives. But did you know that the way we eat can play a significant role in our mental and physical health? This is where the concept of mindful eating comes into play. Mindful eating is not a diet but a lifestyle. It's a practice that originated from Buddhist teachings and has since gained popularity around the globe. It encourages us to slow down, pay attention to our food, and truly savor each bite. In today's fast-paced world, where we often eat while working or watching TV, mindful eating prompts us to shift our focus back to the act of eating itself. This practice is more than just about food. It's about cultivating a deeper connection with our bodies and our minds. So, are you ready to journey with us? Let's delve into some practical ways to incorporate mindful eating into our daily lives. Did you know that your mind and body have a unique connection when it comes to food? This connection is more profound than you might think. It's not just about feeling hungry and reaching for the nearest snack. It's about how our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions can influence our eating habits. Yes, our mind plays a significant role in our relationship with food. We've all been there before, feeling stressed out and reaching for a bag of chips or a bar of chocolate. That's because our emotions can trigger certain cravings. When we're feeling down, our body often craves foods that will give us a quick energy boost, usually something sweet or high in carbs. This is our body's way of trying to lift our mood, and it's a clear example of the mind-body connection at work. Now, let's talk about our thoughts. Have you ever noticed that when you think about a particular food, you start to crave it? That's your mind influencing your body. Our thoughts can trigger physical responses in our body, including our appetite. But here's the catch. While our mind can influence our body, it can also mislead it. We can eat out of boredom, stress, or just because we see food, even if we're not truly hungry. This is where mindful eating comes into play. Mindful eating is about being present and aware while you're eating. It's about listening to your body's signals, recognizing your emotions, and being conscious of your thoughts. It's not about judging or criticizing yourself for what you're eating, but rather understanding why you're eating. By practicing mindful eating, you can develop a healthier relationship with food. You can learn to eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, and enjoy every bite. You can learn to distinguish between physical hunger and emotional hunger and respond to each appropriately. So, the connection between our mind and body is not just about how we react to food, but also about how we can use our awareness to make healthier choices. Now, you might be wondering, how can you start practicing mindful eating? Starting with mindful eating might seem challenging, but with these practical tips, it can become an enjoyable journey. First and foremost, let's talk about the art of eating slowly. In our fast-paced world, we often forget to take our time with meals. Eating slowly isn't just about chewing your food 25 times before swallowing. It's about relishing each bite, savoring the flavors, textures, and aromas. It's about giving your body time to register what you're consuming. This not only aids in digestion, but also allows you to fully appreciate and enjoy your food. Next, let's discuss distractions. How often do we find ourselves eating in front of the television or while scrolling through our phones? Such distractions take away from the experience of eating and disconnect us from the process. To practice mindful eating, make mealtime a dedicated event. Remove any distractions and focus solely on your food. Notice the colors on your plate, the smell of the ingredients, and the taste of each bite. With time, you'll find this practice transforms your relationship with food, making meals more satisfying and enjoyable. Now let's talk about tuning into your body's cues. Mindful eating is about listening to your body and understanding its needs. It's about eating when you're genuinely hungry and stopping when you're full. This might sound simple, but in a world where we're encouraged to follow strict diets and eating schedules, it's surprisingly challenging. It's crucial to remember that your body knows best. If you're hungry, eat. If you're full, stop. Ignore societal pressures and trust your body. Another key element of mindful eating is to practice gratitude. Before you begin your meal, take a moment to appreciate the food on your plate. Think about the journey it took to get there, from the farmers who grew the ingredients to the chefs who prepared the meal. This practice can foster a deeper connection with your food, increase your enjoyment, and add an element of mindfulness to your meals. Lastly, it's essential to remember that mindful eating is not a diet. It's about forming a healthier, more mindful relationship with food. It's about enjoying your meals, not restricting them. Forget about the scale, the calorie count, and the societal pressures. Focus on your body, your food, and your enjoyment. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, but awareness and improvement. Mindful eating is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small, sustainable changes to your eating habits that can have a profound impact on your overall well-being. So take your time, enjoy the journey, and remember, every bite is a new opportunity to practice mindfulness. So why should you practice mindful eating? What are the benefits? Well, the advantages of this practice are numerous and can significantly impact your life in a myriad of positive ways. Let's delve into some of the most noteworthy benefits. First and foremost, mindful eating can dramatically improve your digestion. When we slow down, savor each bite, and thoroughly chew our food, our bodies have a much easier time breaking it down. This leads to better nutrient absorption and less digestive discomfort. It's a simple change, but it can make a world of difference. Next, mindful eating can offer you better control over your eating habits. Ever find yourself mindlessly snacking or eating out of boredom? By paying attention to what you're consuming and why, you can identify these patterns and make healthier choices. Mindful eating is not about restriction, but about understanding your body's needs and responding appropriately. Another remarkable benefit is the increased enjoyment of food. When we eat mindfully, we take the time to appreciate the flavors, textures, and aromas of our meals. We start to recognize the richness of a ripe tomato, the crunch of a fresh apple, or the warmth of a hearty soup. Food becomes more than just fuel. It becomes an experience, a moment of pleasure in our busy lives. Perhaps one of the most profound benefits, however, is the chance to develop a healthier relationship with food. So often we associate food with guilt, shame, or anxiety. But through mindful eating, we can shift our perspective. We can see food as a source of nourishment, comfort, and joy, rather than something to be feared or controlled. In conclusion, mindful eating offers a multitude of benefits that can truly enhance your overall well-being. It's about developing a new, more positive perspective on food and eating. It's about listening to your body, respecting its needs, and finding joy in the simple act of eating. Mindful eating can truly be a transformative practice. Let's quickly recap what we've learned about mindful eating. We started by exploring the essence of mindful eating, which is the practice of paying full attention to the experience of eating and drinking, both inside and outside the body. It involves noticing the colors, smells, textures, flavors, temperatures, and even the sounds of our food. It's about exploring our responses to food without getting caught up in our judgments about what we should or shouldn't eat, or feelings of guilt or ethical dilemma. Then we delved into the mind-body connection, a central part of mindful eating. We talked about how tuning into the signals that our body sends us about hunger and fullness can help us build a healthier relationship with food. We also learned how to distinguish between physical hunger and emotional hunger, a critical step in preventing overeating and emotional eating. Moving on, we shared some practical tips to incorporate mindful eating into your everyday routine. Remember, start by eating slower and eliminating distractions during meals. Chew thoroughly to not only aid digestion, but also to allow time to recognize when you're no longer hungry. And most importantly, listen to your body. Your body knows what it needs, and by listening to it, you can provide it with the nourishment it requires. Finally, we discussed the numerous benefits of mindful eating. Not only can it help prevent overeating and promote weight loss, but it can also reduce binge eating, help you cope with chronic eating problems like anorexia and bulimia, and even reduce anxious thoughts about food in your body. Remember, mindful eating is more than just a diet or food plan. It's a lifestyle, a new way to experience food and nourish your body. Happy mindful eating.